Hello crafters, I'm JanB and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Today I'd like to show you how I made this Christmas card. It has a little swing on the top there and then Happy Wonderful Christmas stamped underneath. I got this idea from a swap that I received when I went to Brussels. It was this one here. And the lady had put a photograph of herself in there, which I thought was a great idea, particularly at Christmas. So many thanks to Tanya Rowe. I just absolutely love your idea. So to start off with, the card stock you're going to need is, the card base is Whisper White, which measures 8 1/4 inches by 5 7/8, scored and folded down the centre. A layer of Coastal Cabana that measures 4 inches by 5 3/4 inches. A layer of Whisper White that measures 3 7/8 by 5 5/8. A piece of Coastal Cabana that measures 3 7/8 by 1 1/4 inches. You'll need a little piece of white for the sentiment across the front, and you need some Coastal Cabana for the 3 stars that you need to do. This is about 5 inches by 5 1/2, I believe. So to start off with, I'm going to do the pieces I need to do using the Big Shot. So I'll move the card out of the way to start off with. And I'll just bring this over. So the two things I need to do is, first of all, this layer needs to be embossed, and I'm going to use the Lucky Stars Textured Impressions folder. Keep with my themes of stars. Pop that inside. I need my 2 cutting plates. And I open both of my tabs up. I find that it means that I don't get any creases or tears in my paper. Right, so just take that through. Beautiful. And then the next thing I need is to cut my stars out. Let's take this one out of the way. And bring in my magnetic platform. Therefore, 1 plate down, my Coastal Cabana. I'm going to use the stars framelits to cut the stars out with, and to count the sizes I always start with the smallest size first, and I say the smaller the size, the smaller the number. So I'm going to use sizes 2 and 3. I need 2 of the larger size and 1 of the smaller one, so at least I can do these 2 together. Okay, so that's 1 large one. Sorry, I'm out of camera here, aren't I? 1 large one, 1 small one. So I'm going to do another large one now. I know it's normal for it to crunch like that, but I don't know why it does it sometimes, but not others. Anybody knows the answer? I'd be interested. Right, okay, so I have my stars. I finished with my Big Shot. Move that one out of the way. Right, that's my card. See what I've already done ahead of time. I put my base on. I've done this bit. I've already punched out my stars. And so for my stars, what I'm going to do is, on the one underneath, I'm going to stamp, I'm using 3 stamp sets here, and they are from White Christmas. I'm using the Thinking of You, which is this bit here, and also the star. From this one, I'm using the snowflake here, and this is called Many Merry Stars. And from the Wondrous Wreath, I'm using Happy Wonderful Christmas. All of them are photopolymer stamp sets. Okay, so I have them all prepared here. And the ink I'm using is Coastal Cabana. So first of all, I'll do the small snowflake. Try not to get my head in the camera like I did the other day. In fact, it would have been better to stamp that first, then I could have put the star over top. Ooh, that's okay. And then we'll do the very Happy Wonderful Christmas, and that goes on the inside of the star that goes to the bottom. Just make sure I've got enough ink there. That's good. And I used the star just to fill in some of the blank spaces here. There, I think that'll be ideal for this time. That was stamping, and then just my sentiment Thinking of You. I'm going to punch this out so I'm not unduly worried about it being straight centered or anything. As long as it's stamped nicely, that's fine by me. Right, okay, let's bring this back in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 2 big stars, and I am going to use the 1/16 of an inch hole punch. Make sure I get that up the right way, that's it. And I'm going to punch a hole in here. This is for my brad to go through. I'm going to use a smaller brad this time, using one of the very tiny ones. Because this one, it swings quite loosely, and I want to do one that's a lot tighter to see which one I prefer. Oops. Right, okay, so what I'm going to do, first of all, I'm going to pop this on, and then that will give me an idea of where I want my stars to go. I just put little blobs of Tombow here and there. Obviously if I put too much, then it's going to start oozing out of the sides, which I definitely don't want. Just make sure that I've got something in all the corners. And I have deliberately done this a little bit too big, because I do like to trim mine off to make sure I get the exact length. So I just turn it over and cut it. My rubbish bin. Okay, so now I know where I'm going to be putting this. Okay, so if I... that looks right. I'll take my pencil and just draw a pencil mark there. Bring back my 1/16 of an inch hole punch. It doesn't look very straight, does it? Let's move it over a bit. Okay, and the bottom star I will adhere to the white, my white layer here. Oh, don't do this to me. Looks like it's one of these where the prongs have got stuck together. How frustrating is this? Never mind. There we go. Yes, that's a lot tighter. Right, what I'm going to do to stick the bottom star down is just use my Tombow. Just put a little bit in the centre there. I also need to remove that pencil mark that I put in, which is why I didn't use that as a, like, pierce the hole. Then the next star I'm going to adhere on the front like this. So again, I'm only going to put Tombow in the centre. I'm not going down any of the prongs. Right, there we go. So I'm going to put that onto my card base. There, and I just need my punch. This is the Modern Label punch, I believe. I will make sure I got the correct name on the screen for you. Thank you. Thinking of you at Christmas. It's rather nice. Okay, and then I'm going to put that onto my card front using 2 dimensionals. If you can hear any little bangs going on in the background there, it was recently fireworks night, and fireworks always seem to go on quite some time after the 5th of November. There we go. That's my card. That's the first one. As you can see, that one moves quite easily, and I do prefer but it's more solid on that one. Oh, I forgot my diamante. I'm going to have to put a little diamond on the front there as well, like I have on that one. Anyway, I hope you liked that and decide to give it a try. Many thanks for watching my video. If you have any questions, please contact me because I will be happy to help you. If you've enjoyed my video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button, which you'll find on the top right hand side of your screen. And if you'd like to purchase any of the products I featured here, please visit the URL that's printed below. Click on the link and it'll take you to my 24/7 online Stampin' Up shop. Many thanks for joining me today. Until next time, happy crafting. Cheerio.